It's the Tell Me Something Good podcast.
Because we believe that there is still good in the world.
Hi, I'm Lori Gray.
And I'm Rob Joe. We talk about the good things happening at Christ United Methodist Church here in Greensboro, North Carolina.
And we have a little fun, too.
We're so glad you're here.
Rojo, you ready?
Yeah, let's get this show on the road.
Or podcast.
Yes, let's get this podcast on the road.
Well, here we are, week 6. I had to ask you, right, Rojo?
Week 6, what's up, guys?
6. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
You can say that.
Yeah. It is so much fun. We'll have to do a whole series of outtakes and put them somewhere for people to listen to.
Yes, all of our little skeletons.
It's so much fun. Okay, Rojo, so tell me something good that happened this past week.
Well, the first thing I think of is the just sheer number of kids we had in worship yesterday. I was talking to Crystal on our way back from a worship planning meeting this morning. I think that we had like 117 checked in, but so over 100 kids that were individual kids involved with worship on Sunday. So for those of you who might not have been here, we had them processing in at both services, and our groups, they sang at both services. So
Waving palm leaves.
Yeah.
They were very happy.
Up and down the aisles, kind of doing a little twist and turn up and down the aisles. So it was definitely an intergenerational Sunday.
Yeah, it was so much fun. So I was sitting at the desk, as I do on Sunday morning. And the 9 o'clock service, I was sitting there and watching the live stream to make sure everything was going as it should be.
We appreciate that.
Yep. And the children started coming out of because they lined up in the chapel, and so they were processing by the desk, and they started walking by, and I was like, oh, they're so cute, and they're just waving their palm leaves, and they're so happy, and they just kept coming like a clown car. I didn't think it was ever going to end, and it made me so happy.
Yeah.
To see that many children, and then of course I was watching it on the screen, and I even took a picture of it when they were all up there, because it was just, they filled the stage.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool.
Very
I love
cool.
seeing all the children in worship. We're very fortunate, and but having all those children, means that we need a lot of people, a lot of volunteers to help us. So if you're listening and you're a member here at Christ Church, we need some volunteers.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, we need some volunteers to help with our kids programming, because it is booming, which is a great thing.
Well, one thing that I heard just in passing yesterday was someone making a comment to their friend or neighbor like, oh my gosh, look how many kids were here. But that's pretty typical, like how many kids we have just like in general. So, there were comments being made about like, oh, we never see this many kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're here.
Well, that's what Crystal said in worship this morning. She was like, they're here every Sunday. You just don't see them, because if it's Family First Sunday, they're with their families.
Yeah.
So they're all spread out, and then during, on a regular Sunday, they're in Christ Kids worship, and so the congregation doesn't get to see them. So, I love seeing that we have that many children, and it just shows what a great children's program we have. And we shout out to Crystal.
Yeah,
Crystal.
Ooh.
And Amberly, helping with all the music and stuff. It's just great. It's a great program. So anyway, you stole my thunder on that, because that's what I was going to say too, was that something good.
Sorry about your luck.
Well, now you're stealing more of my stuff. That's my phrase too. Okay, so we got to flashback to last week.
Okay.
Because we were talking about Pastor Nikki's class that's coming up that starts a week from this Wednesday, and we couldn't think of the 3 things. It's the 3 general rules.
For Methodist community.
Yeah.
Okay, I still am drawing a blank, but
so it's
fill me in.
Do no harm.
Okay.
Do good.
Okay.
And stay in love with God.
Okay. If I could just do one of those really well, we'd be doing well. But
you do all of those really well. I mean, except for the do no harm sometimes. I'm just kidding.
Oh my. Okay, here we are.
No, I'm just joking. No, I think you do all of those really well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So when I worked for Cokesbury, they had that up on, that was the big thing on the wall, like right when you walked in the door. It was awesome. It's the very first thing you see. And I was like, oh, I'm in the right place. But
such a good reminder.
Such a good reminder. And the other thing is the, John Wesley, the do all the good you can, by all the means you can, and all the ways you can, and all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, so long as ever you can. I had to write it down because I get it all out of order every time I say it. But I love, I love it too. That's why we like being Methodist.
Well, so when Ann Dooley was starting to clean out her office space after being here, for those of you listening and might not know our friend Ann, she was here for 41 years of ministry, I think. A good long stint of time. And so while she was cleaning out her space, she had a cross stitch of that John Wesley quote. And so when it went up for grabs, just whoever took, whatever they wanted, I wanted that. So that's hanging in my guest bedroom. In case
you're listening, Ann. Mm-hmm. I know where it is. You took it. You snatched it right out from under me. I'm just kidding.
We'll have joint custody. You can have it in 6 months.
Okay, fine.
4 6 months.
Okay. And then I'll just mysteriously not be able to find it.
Boo, hiss.
Okay, so this is big week.
Here we are.
It's a big week in the life of the church. So, it's Holy Week. Bunch of the kids are out of school. Lucky them. People are at the beach. They're living their best life. We're here doing the work of the Lord as we do. Are. Yes. It's a good week. It's a fun week in the church.
It is. And I think that part of the excitement of the week, as not only a believer, but as someone who gets to be immersed in the church world as we are, being here basically 7 days a week, some weeks, is that we really get to lean into the excitement and the triumph of what Palm Sunday looks like, and then the depth and the weight of what the rest of the week carries.
Yes. And then the joy on Sunday morning. All the trumpets.
Yes. Oh my. Yeah. But like all the really hard stuff that we deal with throughout the week, but then we get to Sunday and we know that God is good.
Yeah. Yep. So. Sunday's coming. We know it is. It's going to be great. Yeah. So this Thursday we have the Maundy Thursday drive-through communion. I know we talked about it last week, but in case you're listening and we don't know.
I always need a reminder.
Everybody needs a reminder because good grief, I can't remember things. So Maundy Thursday drive-through communion is out in front of the church under the portico, 7:30 to 9 a.m., 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., and then 5:30 to 6:30 p.m., and that's on Thursday. Morning,
noon, and night. So come see us.
Come see us, and that is where we are reflecting on the Last Supper.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Friday is our Good Friday Tenebrae service, and that's at 7:30 p.m. in our sanctuary, and it is called it's referred to as the service of shadows, and so it's a reflection of Christ's last hours here on earth, and it is very heavy and moving, and it ends when it ends. Everybody leaves in silence, and so.
But I think it's really hard to really be able to appreciate Easter morning without experiencing a Good Friday service.
I totally agree with that.
Because you go from the excitement of Palm Sunday to the excitement of Easter. But if you can't experience, or if you don't experience, again, like that weight and heaviness throughout the week, it doesn't mean as much, I don't think.
Well, it's just true in everything, right? You can't know happiness without sadness.
Sure.
So you can't experience all the joy without going through that really hard, dark time.
Look at us being philosophical.
and
deep and thoughtful.
Somebody's listening to this going, I don't know what they've gotten into today.
Oh my.
Wow, okay. Look at us go. All right, and then, of course, Sunday morning, Easter Sunday, the message is Discovering New Life, which is going to be great. And we have our 9 a.m. contemporary worship service and our 11 a.m. traditional service.
Yes.
And the other thing that we've always done this, or as long as I can remember we've done this, but it's going to be much more visible this year, which I think people are excited about. We're going to have the flower cross out in front of the church. So if you come to see us on Sunday morning, bring a flower out of your yard, or if you just, whatever you want to bring to flower-wise to put on the cross, you can do that, and it's also going to be a photo opportunity, right?
Yeah. So we're affectionately calling it Flowering the Cross. And yeah, it's just a great spot for you and your family, you and your friends, just you if you want it to be that way, to grab a photo and to tag us on social media so that everybody knows that you were with us for Easter.
Do we get to take a picture in front of the cross?
Why would we not?
We did it last year.
We'll do it again this year.
Are we going to coordinate our outfits?
We probably should.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that after.
But as a part of that photo opportunity, there'll be a nice sign that's next to it that we have put together. And we're just excited that you'll be here and get to experience all this with us.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And then also on Sunday morning, in between the worship services, so our Christ Kids have been working on a Lenten arts series. And so they've been doing some gardening and some art and some photography, and they're going to be displaying their works out there, and they'll be out there to talk about it too, which is really cool. I can't wait to see all that.
I love it.
Yeah, they've had a great time. We've watched them, especially on Wednesday nights, I've watched them run around with their little cameras and their little notepads, and they've had a great time. And you helped with that. You helped with the photography part.
Yeah, so I think it was the first or second week that they started this Lenten arts study or series. I got to go in and share some of my knowledge from when I was at Randolph Community College. So very surface level, very much a fun time for all of the little-ins, getting to run around with some iPhones and take pictures of how they experience God. So just love being able to share that wisdom with people.
I think it's great to expose kids to all kinds of stuff. We did that with Abby. That's how we found out she was not an athlete, because I just knew. I was like, she's going to love soccer. So we got her she was 3 years old. We got her the little shin guards, and she had these little cleats with little pink stripes on them, and I mean the whole thing. And she screamed and cried on the sidelines. Yeah. She did not want to go in and play, but she was a great cheerleader.
Well, if she's anything like my sister, she probably had sock issues. You know, like where the seam had to be perfectly right, and that was kind of what kept my sister from loving that. It
was more like Abby was twirling out on the soccer field, and then she kicked it one time, and it went in the goal. I don't know how, because she was not really paying attention, and then she bowed.
Well, let the record show, my sister's definitely the more athletic out of the two of us, but I'm just saying her sock issues.
Should we talk about how I also know this about running of the balls?
What do you mean?
When we tried to do the running of the balls.
Keyword try. I was huffing and puffing. You would have thought I was the big bad wolf and there were 3 little pigs somewhere. I was huffing and puffing. I could not run to save my life. It was so bad. And little Lori Gray and little Kathy West and their speed walking feet just left me in the dust, in the dark.
We did not.
Okay, we have gotten off track.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Bring us back.
Okay, I'm going to bring us back. So, again, we hope that you will, now you've probably all forgotten what we were just talking about.
Gosh,
so, Sunday.
Welcome to our brains.
I know, this is what happens all the time. So, Sunday, come see us, 9 a.m. contemporary, 11 a.m. traditional. Bring your flowers. Come take pictures and enjoy what the kids have been working on. And then Monday, the church office is closed.
Yes,
because we need a little rest.
All be sleeping and eating junk food.
Sleeping
Well, that's what I'll be doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sleeping in. I wonder if the weather's going to be nice.
Just lay outside.
Yeah.
And,
Maybe. I don't know. So, and then Tuesday we'll drop another episode. So then that catches us up to what's going to be happening until we talk to you again.
And I think that we have confirmed a special guest. So you'll just have to check back in.
Well, no, I think we should we tell them? No.
I'll leave that up to you.
No. No,
okay.
We'll just have to check back in. We'll have a special guest next week.
We'll leave you on that little cliffhanger.
Yes, I'm very excited about it. Yes. Okay. Anything else, Rojo?
I don't know. I don't think so. But we just pray that the God of grace and of peace be with you on this most holy of weeks.
Yes, and come and experience Holy Week with us.
Yeah. We look forward to seeing you and hope that you know that you are so loved.
Yes, and if you're trying to remember something that we said and you can't remember, you can always go to our website, christgreensboro.org, and all that information is there.
Great.
Yep, and we hope to see you soon.
All right, bye guys.
Until next week, bye.